Hello friends, welcome back to Ego, the skill provider. In this short video lesson, I am going to share a few tips how exactly you can be fluent in spoken English. If you are an Oriya medium educated student, want to speak English fluently, confidently, naturally and error-free English, then this video is a must watch for you. So let me tell you that there are few, wrong tools that you have been employing while trying to speak English. The first one is called translation process, and the second one is called relying more on grammar. Both are not necessary to speak English. That grammar is essential for written communication, and translation is somewhat important whenever you are trying to write something or you are trying to translate it. But whenever you're trying to speak English, translation process is completely not required. Without translation process, you can speak English also very fluently. The question is how. The mere question is how it is possible. Let me tell you, as a Oriya medium educated student, whenever you are trying to speak English, you always think you have two processes running. One is your called back end process and something called your front end. Back end your brain, okay, where exactly you translate from Oriya to English, and this is the output part. And normally you speak in English and you are trying to translate everything in your brain. So in the meantime, you know you are struggling to speak because you have so many problems you don't know, because actually from trying to translate from Oriya to English is not going to give you the exact meaning most of the time. And one more important aspect of translation is that you will not get the right kind of vocabs at the right time. So that's why most of the time you fumble a lot. You feel, sir, I'm not getting the right kind of words at the right time. It's because of the fact that you always employ translation process, and which is absolutely not required. And to speak English fluently, you are supposed to rely on one tool that we have developed at Ego the skill provider, and that is called SBL Technique. What is SBL? SBL stands for situation based learning. Let me tell you, whenever you are trying to speak English, everything is situation based. Whether you are trying to speak to a boss, whether you are trying to speak some things in a meeting, or you are trying to deliver a lecture, everything is situation based. And we have certain situation you have to create in your mind, and there is no need of any translation process. For every situation, we have a corresponding structure as well as vocabs. The two things are required to speak English apart from practice. So if you know the structures, that means how to make a sentence as per the situation. And if you know some vocabs, what are the exact words for that particular situation, then you can speak English. So what is more important? Translation is not an essential part for speaking English fluently. What you need to do, you have to create the situation in English and you have to speak the same in English. So that becomes an auto process. You must have gone to bank to withdraw money. So whenever you are there will be a serpentine queue in bank, and you have to stand in queue, and you have to, it's very tedious process. But if you are trying to go to an ATM center, it's very easy. It takes sometimes 2 minutes to withdraw some money. So how it's possible? Because it's more convenient. ATM is more convenient than going to a traditional bank, and take a lot of UPI application like Google Pay, something called Phone Pay. How it is possible? Because these are called new and modern tools that you can, sitting at home, you can also transfer money. So exactly, without relying on translation process, you can speak English using SBL technique. SBL stands for situation based learning. So do you want to speak English naturally, confidently, and something error free English? If your answer is yes, then this is the right platform. Ego, the skill provider, is the right platform for you. I'm sure we have the required expertise, we have the required knowledge, we have the required, technique that will guide you to speak English fluently and confidently. Thank you. See you guys in live classes.